Hello friends, how do you? Hope you are fine. So in this video I will show you how you can design this patient menu. Okay, so let's start. First of all, you have to take a panel. So I put it here like that. Okay, so I little scroll it down because I have to take all the data of patient. Okay, so open properties and change the background color to white. Okay, okay, close. So here first of all I take a label, edit text, patient info. Okay, right click, properties, select 24 bold. You may select any font. Okay, and change the background color, sorry, foreground color. I want to set this color. Okay, close. Okay, so take one more label, edit text ID, and open properties, make it 12 and bold. Okay, or 14 bold is more accurate. Okay, close. So take a label for input. Okay, sorry, text field. So take a text field and put it here. Edit text null and select this one and press Ctrl and also select this one and press Ctrl D or duplicate it. Like you can see here is the option for duplicate. Okay, so duplicate 6 times. Okay, 2, 3, 4 and one more time duplicate. Okay, so do like that. So our patient form is ready. Now I have to change the variables name. Okay, so select all these one and scroll it down little bit. Okay, like let me show you. Press Ctrl and select all. Okay, so put it down little bit and in the middle of this one like that. Now it's okay. Okay, now you have to change the label text. Okay, so ID name and this one age, all the patient information. Okay, this one is gender, address, and this one last one is contact. Okay, so we're done with this form. Now I have to take a button. edit text, save data, okay, or only save. And I have to take one more label, like I have to change the color, okay. So 18 and bold, okay, and change the color to green, okay, close. So save, and one more for search, okay. So edit text to search, and same properties, but the search color may be different, like blue, okay, 18 and bold. So done with this design. Now I have to take one more, okay, take a text area where we have to show all these records, okay. So here I have to take a text area, so you have to search for text area like this one, okay. So this one is our text area, and put it here. So here we have to store all the records. So first of all we need to change all the variable names. Change variable name, ID, name, age, gender, address, and last one is contact, okay. So you can see I change all the variable names, and also change this variable name all data, okay, or all p data. Okay, and make a search button like this one. So open source and check the design, okay. So when I run this file, you can see this one is the design for our patient insertion and search menu, okay. So now what we have to do, you have to open your file, the directory, okay, the NetBeans folder, the project you are created. So open that project like that, and we need to create text file for storing our data, okay. So what you have to do, you have to right click and new text document, okay, and name it as p data for patient data, and control C, control V, okay. So here what we have to do, we have to name it as just rename it, okay. So this one is for M data for medicine data, and this one is our record, okay. All the previous record we store, like the history created, okay. You can see I create a class billing info, okay. So that's done with our files, okay. So let me show you in which format we store this data. So first of all we store ID and put a semicolon, okay. So this one is our splitter. I will show you step by step, but this one is the format in which we store all the data in this file, okay. So ID, name, gender, we also have to put the age. Okay, so age and address and contact. Okay, so in this format we have to store all the data. Okay, you can see first of all we put id and then put semicolon, name and then put semicolon, age and put semicolon. Okay, gender semicolon, address semicolon. Okay, so this is our format. So control S, now open your patient. Okay, so what we have to do here, we have to create a patient array list. Okay, of this type. Okay, we have to create array list of that type of patients. Okay, because we have to store all the data. So type patient, but we have to take array list. So first of all type array list and type patient, all patient. Okay, all patients, which is equal to new of array list. Okay, so that's done with this array list. Now we'll be able to put all the patients. So first of all what we have to do, we have to get all the previous record. Okay, like all the data we stored in this p data and put in this array list. Okay, because we want to check if the IDs already exist or contact is already exist. So we have to show a message this IDs already exist. So we also want to show our record in this text area. So that's why we get all the record and store in this array list. So we have to create a new method, void read all data. Okay, and put a try catch. So here we need to create a file object. Okay, so type file and p file or patient file, which is called new of file. And in the file what we have to do, we have to simply pass the text file name that I created in this project folder. Okay, pdata.txt, pdata.txt. Now we need to create a scanner object to scan all this file. Okay, scanner which is equal to new of scanner, and what we have to pass the file which we want to scan or read. After this what we have to do, we have to create a while loop and check if the scanner has any line. Okay, scanner has next line. Okay, so if any line exists we have to read until. Okay, if any line didn't exist we have to stop this loop. Okay, and here we create a string data which is equal to we read from this scanner. Okay, scanner dot next line. So that's done with reading file. Now what we have to do, we have to convert this into array. Okay, Let me show you how to convert this data into array. Dot split, okay, and splitter is our semicolon. So what we have to do, we have to create a patient object, patient, which is equal to new of patient. So you may create this object and set all the values, okay, like that. Patient dot set ID, and what is the ID? We have to pass it integer, current data at 0. So what we have to do, let me show you with an example. Like we have data like that, so we add a splitter. This way this function will return an array and we store in this current data, like it's split by semicolon, okay. So we get all the values uniquely. You can see our data is stored in this format. So first of all, at 0 index we store the ID, 1 index name, same like that, okay. So first of all we set ID and control C, control V, and then what we have to set name, and name is not an integer type, so that's okay. And this one is at index 1. So for age we have to also convert into integer, okay. So age is at second index, and here we have to set age. So that's done. Now what we have to do, we simply need to set this one, okay. Copy this one and set all the remaining values, okay. So ID, name, this one gender, and our gender is at third, this one is at fourth, and this one is at fifth index, okay. So address, and last one is our contact, okay. Now you can see I set all the values. So let me format it. Okay. So what we have to do here, we have to add this one to Arraylist, okay. So all patients dot add this patient, the patient we recently created. So that's done with our Arraylist, and this function we need to call in this constructor, okay. Read all data. So after reading all data, we also need to display this data, the current array list, in this text area. Write all data from array list, okay. So we also need to create this function. Let me copy this one. So void write all data function, all p data, the text area name dot set text null. So here we need to create a for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than all patients dot size. Okay, I plus plus all p data dot append. Okay, we need to append these tags. And what is the current string? First of all, we need to display ID. So all patients data dot get at current index dot get ID. Okay, so put space, any space that you want between, plus. So I need to copy this one and paste 6 times. Okay, so this one is the name, age, gender, address, and last one is our contact. Okay, so put a line splitter at the end. So now you can see when we run this file, you can see it read all the data stored in this file. Okay, now you can see ID, name, age, gender. Okay, so now I have to complete this functionality for saving data. So double click on it, click here, event and action performed. Okay, so what I have to do here, first of all, now you can see we have to check if there is if all the text, any of the text is null. Okay, if the ID is null or age or gender, any text is null, we have to display a message, please enter all the values. Okay, id dot get text dot equals same like that we need to put. Okay, so I need to copy 3 4 5 6. Okay, this one is the name, age, gender, address and contact. So we have to display a message, please enter all the values. Okay, the option pane dot show message dialog, null, and then please enter simply all required. Okay, that's what we have to check. We have to check if the ID is exist or not. Okay, else if check ID and contact. Okay, so we need to create this function, check ID and contact. So the return type is boolean. Okay, return false. What we have to do, we have to create a for loop here. For int I is equal to 0, I less than all patient start size I plus plus. Okay, so here I need to type else if. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to check if id dot get text dot equals all patients dot get at I dot get id our contact is already exist. Okay, because contact and id must be unique. So I need to put one more bracket here. Do like that. Okay, copy this one and put it here. ID and contact. So if any of the values already exist, we have to return for true here. Okay, return true. So that's done with check ID and contact. So copy this message and paste here and type a message here. ID or contact already exist. Okay, as we need to put this patient in this array list. Patient. Okay, so I need to copy some values from the function that I gave, like this one. Okay, so copy this one and paste it here. Control V. So here we need ID dot get text. Name dot get text. Okay, age dot get text. Gender address and last one is, sorry, we have to get this text. Okay, so we also need to put a try catch block here, because if the user enter ID in text or contact age in text format. Okay, so we have to display a message to him. Okay, Control X and put below. So copy this message and put it here. ID and age must be integer. Okay, so that's done with this one. So after successful insertion, okay, what we have to do, we have to set null all. Okay, like id dot set text, name dot set text, address dot. So do for all. Okay, all the text field, contact dot set text, use dot set text, and last one is gender. Okay, set text and also set it to null. So type write all data for displaying this data, but we need to write one more function for saving all the data to the text file. Okay, so now you can see when I run this file, if I type a new data like ID, name, age, gender, like that, I am putting a random value. Okay, you can see it's successfully inserted. But if I put an ID that already exists, okay, 9103, so if I put like that, you can see it also show a message. When I click save button, ID or contact already exists, but when I put ID like that, ID and age must be integer. Okay, you can see. But one more thing what we have to do, we have to save this data to the text file. Okay, save all data. So we need to create this function, void save all data. Okay, so we need to put a try catch block here. One more thing, let me show you. After successfully reading, we have to close this scanner. Okay, scanner dot close. So here we need to create a file writer object. Okay, that write file writer, which is equal to new of so here we have to pass the p data dot text. Okay, so for int I is equal to 0, I less than all patients dot size I plus plus file writer dot right. Okay, so what we have to put here, let me copy these all these values. So control C this one. But instead of this space we need to put semicolon. Okay, so at the end we need to close this one. Okay, so that's done all. Now click on this run button to run this project. Put the ID. Okay, the password of this software. So you can see when I click on patients, it get all the previous record here. Now I wanna put like 1 2 3 4 Ali. So when I click on save button, you can see this data is saved. Okay, so when I close this one, okay, and run it again, so you can see it extract all the data. Okay, so hope you like this video. In the next video we will proceed further. Okay, bye bye, tata, see you.